Afrobeatz news people, guys, question of the day. Do you think it's okay as a Christian to gamble? Do you think it's okay provided that you're doing it legally and within a certain limits? Do you think it's okay to gamble? Now, moving on to the first news today, we have Psquare openly coming out to attack Osazee Odewingie, saying that he looks sick and needs help. Now, in case you don't know what went on between Peter and Osazee Odewingie, pretty much Psquare was going about his business as normal, trying to promote his licensed gambling company and also promoting a dance competition he has coming this December. Osazee Odewingie wasn't really having that. He went to his Instagram story and he wrote this: "What happened to you at Psquare? You are robbing people in broad daylight with your nonsense business, and now you want to take even Christmas from them. You know they fear God at all?" Now, Psquare obviously, once he saw this, he wasn't really going to take this line down, so he decided to expose a private conversation him and Osazee Odewingie had. This was what the conversation reads. You had Osazee Odewingie testing this: "Bro, you no go tell your kids to do that. You are better than that. Many of your songs brought me to God. No depart, please. Think I'm well. Be blessed." While Peter replied with this: "Bro, I tried to ignore, but I am so disappointed in you. If you are now close to God does not make you to feel others are close to the devil. I own a registered and licensed lottery platform just like every other individual does, both here and abroad. But coming to spill this rubbish just because you feel you are now closer to God. Bro, my music never brought you close to this your God in particular. Bro, you have been brainwashed, period. You look sick and you need help. Learn to mind your business and focus on that your God and your life." Disappointed 100%. 3 thumbs down emoji. In fact, Psquare did not stop here. He went on to post something on his story referring to Osazee as being sick and needing prayers. Guys, tell me what you think. Tell me your opinion. Do you think that you being a Christian, like Osazee Odewingie, do you think that that gives you the right to impose your Christianity or your own beliefs on every other person in the society? Because I know as a Christian, you are not supposed to gamble. But other people in the society, they think gambling is a normal, it's an okay thing, especially if you do it legally. You have states in the US that run their economy on gambling. So do you think that when other people do this gambling stuff, do you feel the need to come and call them out like Osazee Odewingie is doing? Anyway, guys, let me let you guys know that after this whole saga was blown out of proportion online, Osazee Odewingie later came out online to explain further why he said what he said. He said he wasn't doing it from a malicious standpoint. He was doing it as a form of advice to Psquare. In fact, guys, let me just show you the clip of Osazee Odewingie better explaining the reason why he came at Psquare the way he did. Roll the clip.
"Bro, I didn't mean no offense, bro, to be honest. But, you know, we're brothers. And if I see my brother something not today right, as you offered to pray for me, feeling like, you know, things not there right with me, I thought, you know, I'll do the favor back, because what you sow is what you reap. So you pray for me, I pray for you. So you notice something like maybe I'm pushing it too far. But I think when I watched your video about the guy that took his mom's last 500 naira to gamble, basically, what you're doing, you're encouraging gambling. Some people win, some people lose. So he went into tears saying his mother is ill, she has cancer, she's on chemotherapy, and he said, you asked him why is he crying. He said he took his mom's money from her account, her last 500 naira, to buy a ticket. Luckily he won, but I believe there are some guys who didn't win on that day and possibly took their dads or moms or friends' last money feeling like, oh, I'm going to win today, because gambling is an addiction. So in that situation, I'm not condemning your business completely, but in that situation, I think what you should have said to him, I'm saying this from my heart, you should have said to him, he's lucky today, but don't do that again, because if he didn't win, that means they might not have a meal. They might not even have a meal that day or the next day, and that's stealing. Like, you have to ask your mother to take her last money to go gamble. And I believe, some people borrow money to do these things, and when they're in debt, they end up arrested, they get beaten up and all that. So that was my worry, really. And I will tell you something. In 2019, I was offered endorsement deals from gambling companies that were launching in Nigeria. I went to God with it. I said, in Europe, people are there are regulations. They are regulated. They have more money here. But my conscience didn't let me do that in Nigeria because our people don't have money. They will go gamble their last money on Arsenal, Chelsea, and what next? They go home, beat their wives, slap their kids, being disappointed because you know how our country is. So I said no, and I went to God with prayer, and I believe I had an answer. So I heard his voice, and he said, do what you want. God doesn't force us to do things, but he said, I hope you trust me with your finances. So it was a good offer. A couple of months later, through the NFF, you can ask Dayo Enebi, I received another message, and he says, Osaz, there is a company here, like gambling company, they want to offer you something. Can I pass your number? I simply said, no, Dayo, thank you. You can call him and ask. I said, no, I don't do gambling. It's not for me. I'm not condemning it. It's for some people. I played for Stoke City. Our sponsors are a very big gambling company here, Bet365, but they're regulated. I'm sure yours is regulated to an extent, but I'm just saying from my heart, like that particular case, if he took his mom's last 500 naira, you should have rebuked him as a brother. You'd have said, you understand, like sometimes if you have free cash, you just play, like everybody does. Most of my friends are footballers. They all do gambling. But it's a big issue here. People commit suicide because of gambling. It's an addiction. So it's a tough one. I'm not condemning people doing it, but if you can control it, that's another thing, The Bible says, don't be overtaken by something, but you can do it. We're allowed to drink, party a little bit, but it doesn't have to dominate us, okay? And I didn't come out with like judgment, bro. I'm coming out with grace. You know me. We were friends. Nobody like party reach me. Nobody like music reach me. We all have our shortcomings, and I'm not coming. I'm actually coming for guys like you, guys like me, because we know, we be guy men, like we like our enjoyments more. But there are some things that we could do better in. I'm not judging you, not condemning you, but when I saw the video you are putting out, encouraging, people are breaking bottles on their heads and dancing. And I asked you, if these were your sons, will you encourage them to do that? So this is how our Christmas should be in Nigeria now. Guys breaking bottles on their heads and dancing like crazy. I'm just saying my opinion. I don't think it's right. Maybe once a year you want to go mad, you go to somewhere and do that. But not to bring that kind of thinking into Christmas. Because, it's family time, it's nice time. I don't think we will make that day nice. So apologies if I offended you in any way. I was kind of disappointed in a few other things because, my heart is bleeding for Nigeria every day. And one reason why I'm supporting Trump is very simple. Lockdown means death for lots of our people. We all witnessed what was happening.
You can see from the clip that Osazee Odewingie wasn't trying in any way to make Peter Psquare look bad. He was trying to give his brother advice, and he was just trying to stand up for the average Nigerian. But still at that, do you think that Osazee Odewingie had the right to come at Peter Psquare for owning a licensed company like that? If you were in Peter Psquare's shoes, would you have reacted the way Mr. P did? Tell me guys what you feel in the comment section down below, and let's move on to the next news. Now the next news are for tour guys, because the one and only Asha, the queen of music in Nigeria, is coming out to say that she's mad crazy for tour guys. This is because her parents are tall. So she says the kind of guy that she loves are tall guys. So if she wants to go to a date, she will prefer tall guys to a short guy. Now, let me ask you guys a very simple question. If you're a short guy and if circumstances could have it, you find yourself in a position to probably shoot your shot at Asha, knowing that Asha likes tall guys, would that stop you from shooting your shot? Tell me what you feel about that in the comment section down below. Let's just leave it at that. The queen of African music, Asha, herself is saying that she prefers tall guys. So tall guys for the win. Moving on to the next and the final news, you have Duncan Mighty coming out here to accuse his wife of infidelity and saying that his daughter is actually not his daughter because the DNA test that was done proved that he is not the father. In fact, he went on to accuse his wife of plotting to kill him doing juju. Now, in case you guys don't know what juju is in Nigeria, it means to use charms and evil vices to try to do evil or harm to somebody. So that's what he's saying. He's saying his wife is doing juju to try to kill him and take over his property. Not just that, the wife has been very, very unfaithful. She has had affairs with other men outside, and as a result of that, she had a kid and brought it in his home. And now he's found out that the kid that he thought was his is actually not his. So guys, tell me what you think about this situation, man. It seems like Duncan Mighty, even with the money and the fame, cannot maintain a stable home. If it was you in Duncan Mighty's position, what would you do? Would you divorce this woman and run for your life? Or would you try to see how you can make amends and sort this thing out? Most especially, do you believe that Duncan Mighty's wife is actually plotting to kill him? Tell me what you think, guys. At this point, though, I'm not sure 100% if all of these details coming out about Duncan Mighty's wife is true, because I've not heard from the lady's point of view. But if Duncan Mighty is saying this, who knows? It might be true, it may not be true. Anyway, guys, this is the post that Duncan Mighty posted online. A very lengthy post about him explaining what his wife did and what went down and why the kid that he thought was his is not actually his. Anyway, guys, this is all I have for you guys today. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well as turn on post notification. I'm out for now. Peace.